Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we are in Lubbock and we are back at another facility that we haven't been to in quite a while. It is a map from Modshop. I will show you in just a second. We are running the International 9600 from EMT Mods. Got a new cab on it, and I want to run over some of the latest updates that have come out within the last week on this truck. We've got we're running for Stater Brothers today. That is B4rt Reefer in the back, and I did my best to match this paint scheme on the front of the truck, and it's not really done up very well because I'm still looking for a good truck that I'm going to run kind of in a career mode, or at least build upon. And I got this thing all souped up for $109,000, so a little bit on the cheap side, but that's intentional. It's supposed to be that way. So we're going to take a look at the shop here, this yard. I'm going to show you a little bit about the changes to this International, and then we are going to take a drive. We've got 35,280 pounds of ground beef that we're running from this facility in Lubbock to Oklahoma City to their Walmart. So let's take a look at the yard. So many people might recognize this yard. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't been back to it for a while, haven't heard a whole lot about it, so I just went ahead and installed it. I'm on version 1.51. It was last updated for 1.5, but there are no issues so far, and what we are talking about is Modshop's Texas beef packers. So this is a giant facility. You can pick up and drop off various types of meat. You can, well, mainly taking away, because that's where these guys come in. You can also bring in cattle. You see a couple pods here up at the front. It's a pretty big facility, actually. So you can bring in livestock. In the back, there's this little garage. There's two gates, one at the far end at the end of those trailers and one right here where you can go through, and I believe in here, let's check the map. Yeah, so you can rest, you can get fuel, you can get repairs in all of these. The last time that I saw this thing was actually oriented like this. The bays were facing this way. So this has been a change, and I think he added that second gate down there too. So if you want to come out of here from being repaired, you don't have to go all the way around the building. You can go to the end, and that gate should open as well. But yeah, we're here in Lubbock, and we are getting ready to haul some ground beef. Let's go ahead and jump in the cab. Actually, before we go ahead and jump in and take the drive, I promised that we would take a quick look at some of the updates, and there aren't too many, so this isn't going to take a tremendous amount of time. Let's go over to International 9600, customize it, and one of the new things that he's added is this arrow cab on it. So looks pretty crazy, and it was kind of hard at first. I want to point this out for you guys. There is no node here for any sort of lights on the front, but there is a little bit of a trick. If you come down here to cab panels and select the side flares, you actually get options not only for the side, but you get it for the grill, and you get it for these nodes here. So you can go ahead and customize it to whatever you actually, whatever you want the color to be. So you see we've got a purple light on there now. But yeah, that's the way for you to actually figure out how to get lights on this, because it's not very accommodating due to the shape. The other thing that you might want to look for is the beacons, and you think that they're probably going to conflict, but there are nodes pre-made for them, and you can also go ahead and put them right on the mirrors. That's probably more realistic than if I set it up here, for example. See, the thing is just, it's being covered. So let's get rid of that, and we'll put it there on the mirror. Orange, green, blue. So yeah, they all work, but I would just go ahead and put them on the mirror, and you'll have to put them individually on each side. But that's kind of a way of getting around that, so you can actually put cab lights on this. It's not as straightforward, but make sure you go down to the cab panels, and the beacons can be arranged in a way so that they're not actually conflicting with this aero cab. Now there are two other changes, and one of them is the fan. And you can go ahead and put in just a fan that by itself, or fan animated, and it will spin the entire time. The other change, big change, is up here, and I don't know if you can get it on the other ones because maybe it's unique to this height. You certainly can't get it, I don't believe, on a day cab or anything like that, but you can also put a small TV, and it is animated, that shows no signal, but you wouldn't be watching any sort of TV while you're driving anyway, right? We're not just chilling here in ATS to watch a movie. That's actually pretty realistic. And so that's what we're going to be running today. Some other bug changes is what EMT Mods did to this. So not a whole lot of, it's not like a makeover or anything like that. The fan, the TV, and the aero cab. So that is what is going on. Let's go ahead and get in the truck and get our load up to Oklahoma City. All right, we got parking lights on. Let's go ahead and get these windows down so we can hear this engine. We've got Zeemods 3406B in here. This is a 425 horsepower version, and we are running a 13 speed with a 3.25 differential. As always, second stick is being used as the splitter, low and high. That is what we're doing. Alright, let's get some headlights on. Pull the brake 4 ways as we pull out of here. And we'll get the track eye on so we can be looking around. And we'll just go right out of this gate over here. There's like a whole other side that I really haven't shown you to, if you're not familiar with this. So they got tons and tons of AI trucks parked in here, as you can see. Just a huge facility. Check-in spot is over here. That's where you pick up the job, right back there behind me. But then they also have like an office and headquarters up front here. And you got it. They used to have, I think they were closing gates, I'm not sure. Or they were just, I know they used to be on the original release, these gates up here out to the road used to be really small. It was a little challenging getting out of. Yeah, so just your general parking. Next one would be for like cars and trucks and stuff like that. And of course on the far side over there is where the livestock was. Why don't we have a map? What's going on? That is weird. Hold on. I'm not showing any map, but I do have a job. Okay, so this is weird. I don't have any sort of directions for this job. Okay, that's going to be interesting. We're going up to Oklahoma City, and I know we're going to a Walmart. Where is the Walmart? I'm sure you guys see it before I do. Oh, it's over here. Alright, so let's see if we can plot out a trip. I was not even counting on this at all. So from Lubbock, I say we just go up the 27. And then once we get to the 40, we'll go east. And we should run right into Oklahoma City. I think that's going to be the easiest. Once we're coming into Oklahoma City, we're probably going to want to take that first exit, go straight across, make a left, make a left, make a right. I'm sure we'll totally get that. Okay, so 27 north. Okay, so we're going to be headed that way. Once we get to Amarillo, we need to go east on the 40, and that should be pretty straightforward. All right, let's get this going. Oh, look, I got my guidance now. That was so weird. Has that happened to anyone? Where you just lost your guidance for a second, went in to see the map, and now it's back? I thought that was going to be a little bit of a challenge. Of course, I could just disregard it. See if I'll just keep my eye open for it anyway. That's what I should be doing when I'm driving. So yeah, I'm really still liking the EMT Mods 9600. Been in it several times, and figuring another way to get it back into the game here for a video. Later, Texas beef packers. And this seemed like a as good of a time as any. And I haven't shown Jab's Modshop, his Texas beef packers, in quite a while. So, not bad. Get back in that. Good to see that it's still running just as smooth as in 1.5. Whoa, guy. Whoa, guy. AI. I was driving the other day, and I actually got sideswiped 3 times on the same drive. Just a truck that decided, for whatever reason, he needed to be in my lane. And they just came over, and we're going full speed on the freeway. Just ran straight into me. Happened 3 times. Unfrickin' real. So, more AI stuff going on. Should be able to get up to pretty good speed here. Since we're only 35,000 pounds, 425 horsepower, and we've got, you know, we're built for highway today. Let this guy pass. Still running Zeemods FOV window mod. Really getting used to it now. It does have some limitations, but the distance that you get on it is it just seems like so much more realistic. Again, I'm not a truck driver, but it seems more like a car mirror as opposed to even some of the mods, especially the free mods on Steam. They just don't always do it for you. What are we doing? 65? Yeah, we're just about up to speed here. So, question for you guys. I was actually thinking about adding some lighting. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I experimented a little bit. It may be a little bit hard to see, especially since it's still a little bit bright in this room where I'm recording. But there is a little sliver right here along the dashboard where these two pieces intersect. And I do have a little green light in there. I don't know if you're able to pick it up or not. It's kind of in that small window on the bottom right hand corner. But I'm thinking about adding some light. I'm wondering if you guys have any thoughts on that. One thing that I actually did look at, we're just about at speed right now, was actually knocking down the lighting in here. So I'm not using any sort of natural light or anything. It's very controlled, and I'm probably at about, I just have one big main key light, and instead of it coming down and facing me, it's actually bouncing off of the white ceiling. It's a pretty powerful light too, and I only have it set to about 40% right now. But if I take that thing up, it can pretty much light the whole thing. What I was thinking about doing was opposite, and knock the power down so that one of the main things that pops out is all of the gauges and all of the buttons, and especially this light here in the center. I was even thinking about doing it and there is a little bit of room between this top dashboard plate and the vertical piece. So I was thinking about putting a couple lights in there and seeing if it would shine through. Probably just go ahead and use some Velcro and put it on the bottom side of the top of the dashboard. But yeah, to really get that feel, kind of like a nighttime drive, maybe we could do it when we're only doing nighttime drives. What do you guys think about that? The idea of toning down the lights. You wouldn't be able to see my face, probably not a bad thing, but you wouldn't be able to see me shift either. And I have another solution for that. I may end up putting a light right here on the bottom of the dashboard that points just on the shifters. So let me know what you guys think, or if you guys have any other creative ideas. Are you using individual lights? I've got these, I'm experimenting right now. The light that's in there, I don't know if you can see this. This is a small little T light. And you just basically screw it together and it pops on. Got a couple batteries in it. Or should I go with light strips? That way I can plug them in, don't have to worry about batteries, things like that. Let's get the cruise control on. Yeah, let me know down below what you guys have done with lights, or what you think would be a good setup. Do I need to kill the lights and accent all these? Do I need to bring it up even higher? Do I need to have like an accent light so you can see the shifters a little bit more clear? Let me know. Yeah, we're having absolutely no power, or no problem with the power on this. We are moving. I mean, I set it up for highway driving. I'm usually always driving with like a 3.5 or higher. A lot of times, especially with heavier hauls, and I challenge myself by putting probably lower powered engines in it. I'm always going for like a 3.9, a 4.1, a 4.3, just to kind of get a little bit of experience with that. I enjoy matching the different engines and the transmissions and seeing how realistic I can make it, and sometimes it's absolutely impossible. Sometimes I don't really do too well, to be honest. You know, we are seeing a little bit of a drop in frames here. We're hovering about 34 frames per second, which is about half what I should be getting. And in my experience, when that does that, it's just a particular area, and sometimes it'll do that for most of the drive. It just kind of is what it is. It's not like we're dealing with an overly complex truck render here, where everything is super high res. Not bashing EMT Mods at all, because everything looks really good, but you guys know what the trucks I'm talking about. FLX, Pisters, for example. Some people struggle a little bit with Pingas from time to time. Like, everything is like super high res, and sometimes doesn't play well with frames. I've never had a problem in this truck with frames, so it's a little bit out of the ordinary, but nonetheless, we're up to about 40 now. It's looking a little bit better. Let's get out and check, see what's going on. I probably won't be able to see if I do this one. I mean this one. Yep, that's going to make it pretty hard to see. I don't think I should do that. We do have the wheel well shot. Are we coming up on the 40? Feels like we should be just about there. There's 40. So we are going to have to transition here. And we'll stay right. Does this... Yeah. This lane ends anyway. Yeah, I think that's slow enough. And we are headed for Oklahoma City on 40. That's pretty much it. We just need to go straight until we hit Oklahoma City. Not really much to worry about, even if we didn't have that guidance. But that was kind of crazy how we lost the GPS there. Just lost the whole track, even when I first went into the map. I had to kind of map it out myself, and then all of a sudden the route came back. So weird. Now we're still hovering around 40, between 40 and 45 frames per second now. It's picked up a little bit. It's really noticeable when it drops into those 30s. I wonder if it has anything to do with that fan. Huh. Does that make sense? This animated fan, would that be eating things up? And we're not really looking at it, but there's that TV animated no signal. Mirrors I'm running as normal. I pretty much have medium settings for the mirrors in terms of distance and clarity, or whatever attributes it has in the settings. We can actually speed up to 75 now. Not even worried about the police. Yeah, we're not even into 8th gear. We'll have plenty. So I've been doing a lot of, as I said in the last episode, kind of ask for your feedback. You guys want to see a little bit more Reforma than normal? Or do you guys want to see me mix it up a little bit? And for the most part, people were mentioning, yeah, it's good to mix it up, see new things, and maybe check out some stuff that people don't know about yet, or especially preview stuff that you can only get through a paid version, like a Patreon subscription or something. I am really liking all the different add-ons that they're within Reforma with the paid version. All the different areas, it adds so much more. And you know, kind of a correction, what I thought was happening with all of the different add-ons that Reforma is coming out with, it's not only adding cities or adding parts into Mexico. That is part of what it does, but some of the other changes, kind of like Sierra Nevada, actually have changes that are taking place in the US as well. So there's just absolutely tons to look at. And I love how everything's labeled very clearly, and it says, you know, for this mod, this is kind of what it emphasizes, and he'll put the map in there, and only the colored lines show what that new mod area is. So I highly recommend. I mean, I've always recommended Reforma ever since I used it, but like really getting on Patreon and showing a little support, and to see all the things that he's doing, and how they're just getting updated, and it's really kind of refreshing. Well, I don't think we're going to get into 8 high today. In fact, we're going to have to kind of hit the brakes a little bit. Go ahead and take a look at this Stater Brothers skin here as I'm kind of cruising out on the next lane. I wonder if I should have made the back end paint as well, instead of going with chrome just on the back. Oh, I'm avoiding the sign and crashing into other cars. I'm liking B4rt's though. I like how they have all the what are they called? All the different like labels on the back for chemicals and stuff. There are so many. There's at least 30 different labels. Toxic, poisonous, all that kind of stuff. And I don't know what that one actually is that I put on there. It just says 1993. It's some code. I doubt that I need any sort of warning sticker or any sort of label for carrying hamburger, but I went ahead and threw it on there. And lots of other little details with the stickers on the back end, like on the back right. What's really cool, and I don't have all the reefers, but one thing that I saw that was really cool, as I'm kind of trying to stay on the road here, is the turn signals halfway through, like midway on the reefer itself. They're kind of pointed at an angle. That's kind of cool. Might get pulled in here. Oh, I can bypass it. I like it. Let's actually go ahead and increase on that. Yeah, we could probably get up to 80 if we wanted with this configuration. Pulling up to 70 right now. You know, just about 70. And we still have 8 high. I have a feeling as soon as I get up there, we're going to run into some sort of roadblock, though. It's usually what happens. And it really tests your reflex as everything around you slows down from 70 miles an hour to 0 in about 10 feet, and they give you real-world physics. Always fun. Anyway, looks like it's starting to turn a little overcast. What time is it? 3:09 in the game. We've got another 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead, I'll get out, show a little bit of the exterior truck and trailer, surrounding areas, and then I'll catch up with you a little bit closer to the drop-off. All right, we are pulling in to Oklahoma City here. Only about 8 minutes left on the drive. Wish that Jake was a little bit more powerful. Wow, down to the last inch. Crazy. Need a little bit more power on that thing. I wasn't exactly flying off the ramp. Uh-oh. Low air pressure. Yep, and I do have a signal for it. I can't do anything about that. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get it up myself here by just revving it a little bit. There we go. We got it coming up now to about 80. Keep going until we're about 100. I'd like to see 100. And so the way, I don't know if this is realistic, but I'm just revving it up, and what I've heard is keep it around 1500 RPMs. Try not to go above that. We're probably, let me see, we're probably at the 100 now. Well, light's still red. Might as well inflate it up to about 120. And I'm sure it doesn't go that fast either. That's probably pretty unrealistic. Let me know how you guys get more air back in. My guess is that's the correct way to do it, but it doesn't happen that fast. Oh, we're supposed to go right anyway. I wasn't even paying attention. I was paying more attention to the fact that my truck was... You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it... Is that why my Jake was so inefficient? Because I was low on air? Is that the... Does that have anything to do with it? Gotta get over to the right. I'm gonna be turning in here. Get the windows down. I think I'm stopping a little bit better now. Of course, I wasn't going very fast to begin with. Oh, is this guy gonna leave me enough room? No, we had to go over the curb for it. That was better than hitting the front end of another truck. Alright, dropping this ground beef off at Walmart. Looks like it's actually not the store, but one of their warehouses, their distribution centers. Looks like they might have given us easy parking too.
You have reached your destination.
Looks like it's right over here. Oh, right alongside the McDonald's. Alright. Windows are down. Get the four ways on. That should be pretty easy. Backing up to dock number 5. Wonder if we have any lift axles on this. We're only got 35,000 pounds. If I lift one of them, if it has it, it could help me have a shorter turning radius. Let's see. Oh, yep. Which ones go up? The ones in the front, I think. Huh? Well, let's hit the horn. Yep, the ones in the front aren't spinning, so that's what we got. Might have to go up on the curb a little bit here. At least there's no wall. Yeah, I definitely think I'm going to have to go up on there. I don't know if that helped me with the turning radius, since the axle closest to me is the one that went up. If that back one went up, it'd have a shorter turning radius. We're doing okay with that. Let's get that zoom mirror going on. Straighten her out a little bit. I think we're sitting pretty good. We go. Can we bump it? Bump the dock. They're gonna let us. There it is. And we're still green. I like it. I like it when they let you do that. Alright. Go ahead and get the four ways off. We will get the track IR off. Windows up. Parking lights on only. We'll go ahead and shut her off, and imagine that we're shutting that fan off as well up on the dash, so that's kind of cool to have in there. Whether that had anything to do with my frames per second, I have no idea. And I doubt the TV did too, but that's kind of cool. I know of a couple other trucks that have a TV, and it's usually put somewhere over, like a little bit more towards the front so you can actually see it when you're driving. But realistically, this is what you would be seeing. You shouldn't be watching anything when you're on the road anyway. Anyway, yeah, welcome to Oklahoma City. Thanks for taking the drive with me as a driver for Stater Brothers. Again, B4rt Reefer and EMT Mods 9600 International. I got to earn a little bit more money. As you can see, I've got the route advisor up at the top in green shows that I have $87,955. I'm thinking that part of that money should go into reworking the engine a little bit so that it doesn't smoke like that, especially when it's not running. That's usually a pretty bad indication. So we might want to fix that. That smoke is a feature of the International 9600. So I'll have to take a look at that. The wheels are just kind of whatever. Probably upgrade the tanks. They're small. They're aluminum. Probably need to get a little bit of work done on the front end as well. And to be honest, I don't know how long I'm going to be sticking with Stater Brothers. This is, out of all the colors that I would pick, this has got to be one of the most drab, the most boring. I'm just not a fan of the color, so we're going to have to get that changed. And to be honest, we might make a change and take off that aero cabin. I wanted to show it here today because it is one of the updates, but aero cab, not really my favorite. I can see how some people might gravitate toward it. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't mind driving it once, though. Anyway, we'll just go ahead and leave it there. Any comments or questions, go ahead and leave down below. If you enjoyed what we did here today, thumbs up. Consider subscribing, hit the notification bell so you can see all my videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.